good morning everyone. So, more fun St. Patty's Day designs today. We are going to work with Fortune from Luxio. This is just to get a quick base of a nice green. So this is all going to get totally covered up with glitter and sparkle and fun, but I want to make sure that the entire nail is covered really good first, because all of your glitters that I'm using are going to be based in a clear gel, and so if you just use clear, you have to play with it a lot more to get a full coverage on the nail. So typically I like to just get the nail totally covered with polish first, just as a base layer, so that I can, sorry, let me just turn down the volume over here. Coming back, okay. So I'm trying to keep an eye on this so that I can answer your questions if anyone has any. So again, this is Fortune, and it's a really nice, just rich green. So polishing, I always just kind of dab my brush in the middle of the nail and then push up, pulling the skin back to get really close to the cuticle. If your clients are going to be able to go 3 weeks, 4 weeks and not see grow out, you really want to get it as close to the cuticle as possible. I don't necessarily get my hard gel base this close to the cuticle because it doesn't need to be. So a lot of times there'll be just a little thin gap where the hard gel ended, where your color can just fall right into it. You can see it right there where it's there's a little bit of a gap, and that's where my polish is going to fall right into that. And that way it gets really good and close. Oh, touch skin. Make sure we get that off before we move on. Hi Marlene, hi Selena. Yeah, I made the mat myself. You can just make this in, like, you know, Microsoft Word or something and print it on cardstock. So really simple, really easy to do. So this morning we have Leaf, and he likes awesome nails, so we make awesome nails happen. But he's not gonna say anything. He's a quiet guy. Alright, but we are in a sparkly mood today, so we are going to be playing with a couple of different sparkles and then even dabbing in some foil, because these are going to be amazing. These are going to be the stop on the street type of nails where people are going to stop you and be like, wow, those are so cool. So next up we are going to use green glitz, which I used yesterday to make a little shamrock. We are going to do a layer of green glitz on top of this. So I use a different brush than I use for my 30-day manicure, because with these gel play glitters, if you use your hard gel brush, you will have glitter in that brush forever. So I do use a different brush when it comes to these. So just a nice thin coat. See, looks awesome. That base layer of green really helps to make sure that you don't have to be as crazy about trying to get the green on as if you were just trying to do 2 layers of green. It's a lot. It's still, and then even still you're wondering if it's going to be opaque enough. So do that 1 layer of your green polish, and then you can layer this right on top. Hi Michelle. Yeah, it's an awesome color. Really good at, I use it a ton at Christmas and a ton for St. Patrick's Day. The rest of the year I don't use a lot of this green, to be honest, but for Christmas and St. Patrick's Day, you got to make sure you have this in stock, because it's super necessary. Hi Teresa, good morning. If you guys had seen, if you live in the Northwest, Nancy King is coming next weekend to do, making a video. Let's get back to action. Sorry about that. As I was saying, next weekend, if you live in the Northwest, Nancy King is going to be here to do e-file certifications both on Sunday and on Monday. So that's March, I believe, 12th and 13th, or 11th and 12th. I suddenly can't remember what's the dates next weekend. I think the 12th is on Sunday, and then the 13th would be Monday. So it's only $100, and we're going to go over some of the bits also for dry manicuring or Russian manicure, which is pretty fun. All right, so gorgeous. All right, going in. Name of this green. The base layer of green that we used, the solid green, is the Luxio Fortune, and this green is from our gel play line called Green Glitz. If you need any of these, you can just go to lovenails.com. And I've been trying to add pictures of the nails that I do. And then, so if you go to the gallery, it's called my YouTube gallery. If you go there and you click on a picture of some nails that I've done, I try to group together all the products I use, so it makes it a little bit easier for you guys when you want to pick up something from a certain design or whatnot. It just takes me a little bit of time to get all that out. So this is a fun kind of microfine size glitter. And next we're going to go even more glitter, so stay tuned. There's a little bald spot there, so I'm going to grab a little bit more. Make sure I get that little bald spot. No glitter bald spots allowed. So Sandy, the Russian manicure. So there's a couple of really awesome nail techs, and man, my brain escapes me, in Russia, that have really perfected the art of dry manicuring using an e-file bit. And so there's a prep bit that I use on toes that I like better than some of the ones that are sold for typically with Russian manicure, because it's a little bit safer, in my opinion. If someone hits the angle wrong with one of the Russian manicure bits that are sharp end, you could end up with a ring of fire. So the one that I'm going to be promoting and working with is more of a tapered barrel, so it prevents that being a problem. But then there's a couple of other bits that lift up the cuticle and then carefully buff off the cuticle, so you eliminate the need for using nippers. And when done right, it's got a little bit longer lasting effect, so people end up with great results long term with their cuticles. So go ahead and put that in. Sorry, I was off screen for a second there. I'll try to pay more attention and make sure I'm on screen. Okay, next. Our next green we are going to use is Aurora Emerald, not apricot. I use apricot a lot, so that's why I said that suddenly. But no, this is Aurora Emerald, and it is a delicious green sparkle. Can't be beat. So next layer we're going to do is some apricot, or see, I said it again, emerald. I use apricot a lot. Don't use emerald quite as often, but in the summer I use it more. And this is going to give us even more amazing sparkle. See? We're getting there. And then, because it's St. Patrick's Day, we're going to be adding a little bit of gold. So I'm just doing a thin layer of this. You could use this as a fade. You could do all kinds of stuff. But we're actually going to be doing the design part of it with some foil. Well, it's going to be a little bit more abstract than a total design, but this is more of an all-over application. So Aurora Emerald, it's part of the Aurora collection. If you have been wanting to get some Auroras, we do have them all as package, so it makes it easier on you. I use them every day. They're so fun. There's 3 sizes of glitter in each pot. There's ultrafine, microfine, and chunky. So you get quite a bit of sparkle. So if you bring out the other hand and you compare, you've got quite a bit more sparkle once you add that Aurora. So different look. If someone wants to be more subtle, they might just go for the gel play, but if they want to bling that up, then you add the Aurora. So let's get that on the thumb. We'll get this in the light. And then we're going to make the gold happen. I want to say hi to everyone I met this weekend in Phoenix. That was so much fun. I wish I could remember everyone's names. Y'all are going to have to say I met you in Phoenix because no one looks like their profile picture, and sometimes their profile pictures are nails, which definitely doesn't help. Are you putting this all over gel? Can you use this on acrylic? Sandy, yeah, you could. When it comes to acrylic, you need to make sure you're not buffing your acrylic super smooth because your gel needs to be able to grip to the surface better. But definitely, you could use this kind of stuff on acrylic. I don't do acrylic in the salon every day, so if there's acrylic users out there who have perfected the art of layering gel over acrylic, if you have tricks, you're welcome to share. But you could if you needed to. I do everything with gel, so this is all gel. What I did before you guys came on was just base the layer with a coat of Optibond and a coat of Natural, my usual 30-day manicure. Never breaks any, so we don't have to worry about trying to create an arch or anything like that. There's plenty of strength here, with just the natural nail shape that it's got going on. Okay. Now here's a trick. So sometimes people will not mix their Auroras right when they get them, and I don't mix them very often. So when I get towards the bottom, if I feel like they're just all glitter and they're hard to grab a hold of to be able to do something like this because it needs to have a little bit of clear gel in there, just take your Options Clear, which the UV LED Options Clear comes in the little tiny pot, and then when you run out, it comes in a refill tube like this. So if you have been using your Aurora and all of the clear gel seems to have been gone and you're getting near the bottom and it's just really hard to work with, squeeze a little bit of Options Clear in there, give it a stir, and you're good to go. That's what this is based in. So you can add a little bit of clear if you want to have a little bit more easier time just getting an application on the nail with glitter. Next one's here. Good morning. So after we do this, we're gonna cure, and the yeah, you can take the colors. Okay, go ahead and put that in. So now that we've done that, we've decided on doing this foil that is just totally solid, no other color to it. And we're going to dab it on the end just so it looks like there's a little bit of gold going on. I got a Knot of Happiness, so that's good. Always check with your client after their first nail to make sure it's what they want. And you can say, do you want it all over, or do you just like it right on the tip? Just right on the tip, yeah. I think if we do all over, we're gonna lose a little bit of the green, and we don't wanna lose too much green because it's awesome. But when this picks up the light, you're gonna see the gold. And it sticks really well to the options here, so it's pretty fun. Sandy, you said you need to practice your gel application. It's horrible and you're getting bubbles. If you do acrylic, chances are you are tapping it. You don't have to put that in. When I'm teaching acrylic users to use gel, I oftentimes have to walk around with a little stick and tell people, stop tapping, because acrylic users will tend to tap their gel and it creates bubbles. So use a brush that's not an oval. I use this one for my smooth gel application of my fills because the belly of the oval brushes tend to cause a little bit more it's a little bit harder to get smooth, so I noticed that people tend to tap a little bit more. So switch your brush around and check and see if you tend to tap, because my guess is that's what's going on and that's why you're getting bubbles. So give that a shot. All right, that is how we create St. Patrick's Day shine. That's awesome. All right, so I'm just going to use my trusty Luxio gloss and this isn't too bumpy. If you look at the side, this isn't too bumpy to just use gloss. If you were using a thicker glitter, you might have to use like Options Clear. It's a little bit thicker viscosity and you can float that over the nail, so you don't have to do any finish filing or anything. And I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit more because of the glitter, and I'll probably cure it after 2 nails or just freeze it so that it doesn't run on me, because see how I'm dabbing a little bit more just to make sure it's a nice, smooth, even application. So I want to make sure that it doesn't move on me and that all the glitter is encased nicely. I'm getting low in my bottle too. So see there's a little bump right there in the middle? I'm just touching it in the middle, and that's dropping off a little bit more gloss. Okay, double check both of these. I'm just gonna freeze for a second. Thanks, Teresa. All right, come on back out. Yeah, Sandy, tapping. Bad, bad. And thank you. Yes, it is pretty, isn't it fun? I love when we get some fun, festive nails in. Oops, knocking down my bottle. Really running low. Okay, so I touched the side of his finger here, and I want to wipe that out, and I'm actually going to freeze it right now, just so that I don't have to do it again after the next nail. So just a second or two in the light is going to be enough to keep it from moving again. Okay, there we go, guys. So fun St. Patrick's Day glitter, and I'm just going to finish glossing these, and we will start working on Marisol. Thanks, guys. We will see you later. Bye.